recording this, and Zan needs to share this on her
Eclectic Heart. It's coming up. It's coming up. Okay. Share. Here we go.
We're going to get started
on my page. Okay, almost there.
All right, everybody, if you're here, come say hi. Come say hi.
Hello. Welcome. And happy full moon.
Yeah.
And I'm joining from General Porpoise coffee shop in Pioneer Square. But fortunately, they have
where?
Pioneer Square, Seattle. So I'm joining you from the oldest neighborhood in Seattle, which I think is kind of awesome because we're leaning into the idea of history. Because what is older than, being aware of and giving space to and honoring the full moon.
Yeah. So. And a cool thing about Zan, just a little aside about this woman, is she's a tour guide in Seattle. So if you want, you're like, history, herstory, this is your girl. But go ahead. Did you want to say anything about that?
Oh, I was just going to say, so I lead tours of the underground, which is also fantastic because I love helping people get grounded in a yoga class. And then I lead tours underground in ancient temples. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. I tell a lot more inappropriate jokes when I lead tours underground. I talk about lots more dark and dangerous, lascivious, dark things.
Yeah, cool. Well, if you're in Seattle and you want some tours of the underground, go see Zan.
Yes, please
do. And come on. Yeah, so I just want to welcome everyone here, and whether you're with us live or you're watching the recording, go ahead and say hi and just let us know that you're here. Definitely want to interact with you. And we came on, we decided to do this live, one, because we are both teaching the Shapeshifters retreat in August, and we've been meeting since January to discuss and get to know each other and really just connect, because we had only met once before, but we both had these ideas that we wanted to create together. And so these practices are just a taste of what you can get from each one of us. We are both somatic. We're both physical. I would say, do we say teachers? We definitely work in the body, and we could sit here and talk to you all day about the aspects of the moon, and we are going to go over that, but we definitely wanted to help your body understand and process the evolutionary aspects of the energy that's going on right now. So we're in a full moon, and we are definitely affected. So if you're feeling it, this is specifically for you. So I think we should get started here.
Yeah.
It's 12:40. Let's start with the evolutionary aspects of the moon, and I'm gonna hand it over to you.
Okay. Well, as far as, that's a wonderful word, evolutionary. If I was going to go into the evolutionary aspect, something that's really fun to just think about is if you've ever heard of the book, The Red Tent, just remember the circles that women have gathered in began with the full moon, because that's when the light happened. And that's when we all, collectively were on our cycles. And the full moon is a time for women generally on their cycle to spend alone, nurturing themselves and resting and replenishing all that we give to others. Is that what you were talking about when you said evolutionary?
Yeah.
About the astrological components.
Yeah, the astrological components, but also like,
Oh,
I
strawberry moon.
truly bloom. Yeah. What's
Yeah.
going on
So
with the moon? But yes, that is so interesting. And I love how you just brought in that herstory.
yeah, it's, well, I mean, we share it. We've known each other for
Yeah.
centuries. I'm sure of that. So the other part, the reason why this is a fun, I like this moon, this is the June strawberry moon, and it's called the strawberry moon. It's named after the Algonquin tribes. And if you're curious about this, you can do a little bit more research using the Farmer's Almanac. But they called it that because this is the season to really start plucking those ripe fruits. This is the time to gather that sweetness within. And the European people called this the honeymoon. And you can probably guess why. After the rites of Beltane, when people would be coupled up,
Right.
sometimes it was kind of cool because they would be coupled up, and it was just like try to see what happens if you guys have sex for a few weeks, and if you don't like each other, you're done. You can go opposite directions. But a lot of them decided, I do like this person. It makes me wonder how the role of good sex, what role it played. But anyway, so a lot of people got married in June, and this was then called the honeymoon. And that honeymoon is about the honey, your sweetheart, your honey. And so this specific moon in the arc of the year is very much about lightness and joy. But like all moons, it's also about letting go. And you can't really create that space for joy and lightness unless you let go of that which is no longer serving you. And so the meditation that I have planned for us today, this practice, is much more about letting go. You want to dive into that right now, LeahRose?
Yeah. I think, when we bring in the moon because, women are cyclic and we cycle with the moon. And one of the best ways that you can start to figure out how cyclic you are is to follow the moon. So, it's great to know what the aspects are and which moon we are in. And then you can it gives you a context or a lens to look at your life a certain way. What's there for you. There's abundance and there's bounty of learning for you just with this moon and just with these practices. So let's go ahead and get started. And I think, because again, we could talk all day and it's really easy to talk and learn, but let's embody this. Let's bring this into the body. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a breathwork meditation to release anger. And then I'm going to walk you through a little process. And then we're going to do a cool down. So we're going to bring in the heat and we're going to bring in the cool for you. So what you need to do is find a nice place to sit and to be able to listen to us and follow the practice. Go ahead, Zan.
Great. So this meditation, I like to call it meditation to release anger, the stored flame that we keep within us. And as LeahRose mentioned, just find a comfortable seat. You might sit in a chair or you might sit cross-legged. And there's a hand component. There's a mudra to this. And there's a whole body pose. So I'm going to show you it. You can't really see me entirely because of the screen, but your arms will come out to the side in a T shape. I have a really fun little
show them your diagram
there with you. This is how I draw my yoga classes, stick figures. If you don't feel entertained yet, please do. So there's a hand mudra you can see here as well. So you can't see my hands, but I will show you. It's called prana mudra. And you are going to basically hold your hands like a toy gun, and then, which is interesting because it's about bringing up the passion from within, the stored energy, and then bring your thumb to the top of your middle and ring finger. And so you're going to do this with both your hands, and then you're going to bring them out to the side. And then just feel yourself grounded and notice the strength that you have in your arms here. And your arms might try to lag a little bit over time, but see if you can extend them out to the side. When you get tired, puff up your chest and open your arms a little bit more. Now, the breath part of this is also unique. So we're going to inhale through the teeth. So your teeth will come together, and you inhale through the teeth. And then you're going to exhale through the mouth.
Exhale through the nose.
And the idea is you're breathing out through the nose. The idea is to do this for 11 minutes. We're not going to do the full 11 minutes today. Our goal is going to be about 2 or 3. And if this is feeling tense, something you can do is when you're done inhaling, you can touch your tongue to the spot behind where your 2 front teeth and your gums meet. So right here, when you exhale. So you'll go. And your mouth will be closed, but that does create a sense of release and comfort. So the inhale definitely brings up everything that you've been holding on to. So just keep practicing that with your own breath. We're going to do this for about 2 minutes, beginning now. And if you feel anxious through this, slow down your breath, and it'll help you to really take in all the air you need to. You can also create a little bit more space between your teeth. Push out through your fingers if you need to. You can bend your elbows. Remember, this is about bringing the anger out into the awareness so you can release it. Keep breathing through those clenched teeth. Now on your next inhale, take a very long inhale, open your mouth. Reach your hands up above your head, press your palms together, exhale, lower your hands down to heart center and release it all. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale out, bring the arms all the way out. Inhale through an open mouth, press your palms together, exhale, lower the hands to heart center. Next time, breathe in through the nose. Hands to heart center. You can exhale through the nose or through the mouth. And now release the hands down to either side of the pelvis. And LeahRose has been perfectly demonstrating shake it out.
Yeah.
And just close your eyes for a second and see what your body feels like. Just close your eyes and take inventory. Do a quick body scan. Maybe you feel tingling. Maybe you feel ripples. Maybe you feel more fire. Maybe you feel calm. Maybe you feel energetic. You just let go of a lot right now. Yeah. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
Yeah, it reminded me of, having my hands out like that and feeling that, like the burn on my shoulders kind of reminded me how much I'm holding on to. And I imagine that there's women and men that are out there right now, and they're feeling like they're holding the weight of the world on their shoulders. And I just want you to just feel that weight, and now feeling into the letting go that, look, you might be making that up, that you need to hold on to all of this. Like, what would just happen just in this moment if you gave yourself permission to just let it all go right now? And keep going with this, because there's some, I'm feeling some mental like heaviness up here. Woo! Yeah, and Zan is doing this perfectly, shaking it all out, but just like breathing into that mental awareness of how much you're holding on to right now. And you might feel tired, or you might feel pissed off about it. And I want you to breathe in and let it all go on the exhale. Ah, bleh.
Bleh.
Ah, bleh. That's right, put it down. Ah. Breathing in. And again, just presencing into how much you're holding up right now. You're holding it up, and I want you to just let it go. Give yourself permission to let it go just for this moment. That in this moment, it's safe to let go. That in this moment, you need to let it go. Because exhaustion and feeling overwhelmed comes from the mind. It comes from the meanings that we make things. So if you have that tired mind, give yourself permission to have the tired mind, but also to let it go. Those two things can happen at the same time. Breathing in and let it go. And see if you can really let it go. I'm not here to be enlightened. I'm here to just like share how it is and what it's like. And for me, I'm not enlightened when I need to let something go. It's like,
hell no. That's the beauty of the feminine power.
Is that mess?
Amen. Amen. I love what you just said with letting it go, because that meditation, I don't think about carrying things, but I always feel a sense of buoyancy in my chest. It's like my heart has space to rattle around. It's like forgiveness to me. That's what that meditation feels like.
Yeah.
And I love that you gave us permission to hold fatigue in addition to release.
Yeah.
That it's a process. It is that cyclical movement.
Yeah.
So that was great.
Yeah, and this too shall pass. So if any of you are really feeling like it's fun, I don't want to swear, but there is a 3-letter phrase that I'm hearing in my head right now, and it starts with F, this, H. And it's like, sometimes you gotta let it go to create the space for what really wants to come through. And like this full moon is that space. This full moon is an opportunity for you to create that space for yourself. But it can't happen if you're trying to hold everything up and make it all work. There's some stuff that needs to get messy. It needs to collapse. It needs to fall to the ground. And while, this full moon, or this moon, the strawberry moon, is like about love and juiciness and honey and all of that, like, I can't tell you, look at that fire. I can't tell you how not easy it is for some people right now, including you who are watching this. I know that it is not easy for you right now. You may have forced outcomes, that you're being pushed into something that you don't want to do. You may be holding on for dear life, and that's why I'm asking you to let it go. let it go and let the space present itself to you so that something new can come through. Something new can only come through if you let it go. So let's try it again. I see there's people watching here. So imagine that weight that's carried on your shoulders. You know, this may be about this forced thing that's happening that you have no control over. This may be like stuff you knew that you were juggling or moving into summer. You may be a teacher and now you're just like, you've ended school and now you can just let it go. So we're going to let you breathe in. Let go and let the space be open. Let yourself open the space. And now with these next couple of breaths, I want to invite you to fill the space and allow your essence, the truth of who you are, fill up that space. Just the truth. Nothing else. Just the truth. No to-do list. Nothing that you're struggling with. Just the space. See it, feel it, be with it. Let your truth illuminate the space to you. And you may have to close your eyes to see it. Breathing in. Allowing yourself to expand into the space. I'm going to let you do that on your own 3 times. Breathing in. Letting yourself expand into the space. Okay, excellent. Aww. I just want to say hi, Kimberly and Andrea and Janelle. Hi, ladies. I see you're watching. I see you're here. Just keep going with me as we move into the cooling breath now. We're going to tone it down here. Just be with that expansion of yourself.
So perfect, LeahRose. With this Sagittarius moon, that truthfulness is a non-negotiable, and that's exactly what you just led us towards. Beautiful. So if we're going to cool this down, rein in that flame. This is also fantastic breath to do anytime you're hot during the summer, literally. It's called Shitali Pranayama, and we're just focusing on the breath part. So it requires an in-breath similar to the one we did. It's constrained, which slows down the breath. So make sure you have that calm. And you're going to stick out your tongue and roll it like a taco. Or like something else that I'm not going to mention right now. And you're going to breathe in through that small gap. And out through the nose, just like you did with the meditation we did earlier. Maybe close your eyes if you want to. Slow down the breath. Let's do it 2 more times. And then exhale through the mouth. And you'll notice that when you bring in that cool air, it can calm you down and bring you back to, that place of peacefulness where you have control over your breath, over something very small. And that very small thing is actually infinite because it's breath, it's prana, it's life force. So I like to use this during these hot moons.
Yeah. Or for those of you that live in Phoenix, which I know at least one person is living in Phoenix, one of our watchers.
Or maybe those people who might be going through hot flashes. I know that is part of the female experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I live in the fog bank. So for me, I need that heat. You know, like I need the heat because the cooling is just makes me too cold.
Yeah, me too.
But I have a lot of fire in my belly and I have a lot of passion. I got anger too. So that cooling breath was good for me. I felt it like good in here in my heart.
And the fire is good. I mean, it's a time of rising fire. You know, this is summer. This fire helps us do things. This fire is what's going to help bring you to us this August for the Shapeshifters retreat. That flame, that impetus, that get up and go. But the balance is very important. So bring up the fire, but not too much, because we also have the moon conjunct Jupiter right now, which means all that truthfulness, all that Sagittarius energy, that restless nomad, it's very powerful right now, especially conjunct with Jupiter. So we need to be able to also say, this is not something that I need to explore right this minute. And that calming breath, that cooling breath is very good for that.
Right. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and let us know what you got out of this. And, you know, again, we are teaching together at the Shapeshifters retreat, which is in Nescoin, Oregon. It's on the coast of Oregon this summer. It's right off of the fog bank. So we have beautiful days, you know, probably foggy, dewy mornings, gorgeous days. We've got a hot tub on sacred land where the elks run free. It's called the Sacred Elk Farm. We're doing farm to table, catered meals from the farm that's right next door is where we get all of our veggies and things like that. We're eating seasonally, we're eating organic. And yeah, we're doing the Shapeshifters retreat. So if you are even remotely interested, please get in touch with me. We can work it out getting you there. Yeah, what do you want to say about it, Zan?
Just like, if you feel this in your heart, then reach out. You know, like we just did that calming breath, and that calming breath centers you back in what you're actually feeling. So if you feel something right now, just reach out to us. This is going to be a really magical experience. You know, part of what we're talking about today is dealing with the fire and learning how to harness it. And this retreat is called Shapeshifters because we transform with that fire all the time, that cyclical nature. And one of my favorite myths is that of the phoenix. I mean, J.R. Tolkien not glommed onto it for Harry Potter as well, but it's ancient, that idea of a bird that burns itself up and then is reborn.
Right.
And that's the opportunity you have. You're going to have the community, you're going to have the teachers, you're going to have the nourishment, physical, mental, spiritual. And we want you to do this because we think it's what you would enjoy, what would benefit you. We do this because we love to do this, but we know that you would love this too. And that's why we're letting you know. We just want you to know that we're here and this is happening and this is yours.
Yes. All right. Well, we're going to go. We love you. And we will, I think we're going to be back next week. So
next week. Yeah. We'll let you know.
Okay.
Oh wait, LeahRose,
yeah.
Did you hang up? If you did you hang up yet?
I have not stopped the live stream. No.
Okay. If you are local in Seattle, ping me personally, because I actually run live circles on the full moon. So I'm running one tomorrow night here as well, which is another teaser of what's going to happen at Shapeshifters. If you want some of that, let me know. I run that with Kimber McMurray. So we're happy to be here. Okay. Just needed to say that.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.